Geostories can tell powerful stories in an easy-to-grasp and engaging way by taking a reader through a sequence of maps, data visualizations, and written commentary. This tutorial will walk you through how to create one. I highly recommend starting your own geostory and following along so you don't miss anything. On the Fossil Fuel Atlas mapping portal, click the Create Geostory button. I am going to name this one Oil Pipelines in Protected Areas. You can change the size, align the text, and add a background color if you want. To add an image to the background, select the pencil icon and make sure GeoNode is selected. Then, you can scroll down and select an image. You can make the image larger and smaller, both vertically and horizontally, with the buttons up here. Before we proceed, let's save the story. Notice the yellow dot above Resource, telling you that you have unsaved changes. To save, click Resource, then Save As and give it a name. The yellow dot should now be gone. To re-enter edit mode, click the pencil icon in the top left corner. We are going to add a new element with the plus icon at the bottom of the screen. Let's do a paragraph section and add a brief description of this geostory. Select the text and you can change the font, size, and style. You can also add hyperlinks to outside sources by clicking this button here. Click the plus icon again and add an immersive section. This allows us to add a previously created interactive map. To do this, click the pencil icon and then select Map. Change this to GeoNode and your personal map should appear. I've already gone ahead and created this map, but if you want to learn how to make and stylize your own map, watch the previous tutorial. You can now configure the map layers with this button here and select which elements you want to show by clicking the checkmark. It's sometimes useful to show the data in small stages to avoid overwhelming your GeoStory reader. In this case, I will show only the oil pipelines and embed another map later to show the protected areas and lakes. Add a caption to your map. And you can also add a legend. One way to do this is to upload a picture, but I will just be writing it out. We have operating pipelines in red, under construction pipelines in purple, and proposed pipelines in orange. Now I'm going to re-add the same map to the geostory, but include all the contents of the original. No need to reconfigure the different elements this time. Just add a caption and a legend. For polygons, you can set the text color and highlight color to fill in a solid block. If you go into preview mode, you can view the first map, and as you continue to scroll, it smoothly transitions into the second map, showing more data. Breaking up your map elements into multiple parts is a great way to simplify and better tell your story. The next element is called a banner, and it's basically a picture used to break up sections of the geostory. Add a background image by clicking the pencil icon. The last major element is the geocarousel, which allows users to highlight different examples or features. Again, add it with the plus icon and set it to your map. I'm going to zoom in to a few pipelines and describe them a bit more. Click this icon here to add a marker and then click anywhere on your map to set it. I'm going to place it on this pipeline right here. To get more information about a feature on your map, you can click it. And now I can see that it's called the Tazama Oil Pipeline. I'm going to name this marker after the pipeline and then fill in the caption. You can add many markers to highlight multiple parts of your map by clicking on the plus icon. Just remember to set the marker, fill out the name, and also the caption. When you have all your markers, preview the Geostory. I've set 3 markers and your viewers should be able to easily click between them and see the areas that you've highlighted on the map. Geocarousels are powerful because they isolate parts of the map to emphasize the story you are trying to tell. You can also add previously created dashboards and embed them into your Geostory. Click the plus icon and add a web page section. I've already created a dashboard for this Geostory, but if you want to learn how to create your own, watch one of the previous tutorials. Embedding dashboards is a bit annoying, so bear with me. Copy and paste this link into the box. You can find this in the written description, so you don't have to write it all out. Now I'm going to go over to my dashboard, which I have open in another tab. Click on the URL and notice the number at the end. Copy that number and go back to your Geostory and paste it where it says ID. Be sure that the brackets are removed or else you're going to get an error. When you click Save, the dashboard should appear in your Geostory. Right now the formatting looks a bit weird, but you can change the size and that should fix it. Let's preview the Geostory to make sure it looks good. Now you know how to create informative geostories that are easy to understand. It's probably a good idea to add some more information and maybe a conclusion, but for this example this should suffice. Just remember to save your work to the resource button.